You see, one of the reasons that God brings together rough and sometimes sinful people is so that we could maybe rub down some of these rough edges that we have. The Bible says this in Colossians 3:13, bear with one another. And if one has a complaint against each other, look at that. There's going to be complaining against one another. Forgive each other. As the Lord has forgiven you, so you must also forgive. You know, in today's church, if someone has a complaint, they drive down the street to another church and start going there. If you always leave a bad situation, how are you going to ever grow in forgiveness? How will you ever become a more forgiving person unless bad things happen to you and you choose to forgive? How will the person who's offending you ever learn that they're being offensive and they need to knock it off without you confronting them? Maybe the reason that God has brought this difficult person or this trial in your life is so that you could grow in compassion and forgiveness and the joy of loving those who are unlovely. You'll never experience a depth of love or joy in your relationships if you leave at the first sign of trouble. You know, when you first meet somebody, everybody's superficially nice. It's always exciting to meet a new person, and they're always kind to you and polite. But the longer you spend with that person, they're going to have some annoying tendencies start to creep up. They're going to do things that grate on you. You'll see their sins and their shortcomings, their insecurities and their failures. And at that point, you have a choice. You can love them, bear with their burdens, forgive them, work it out, or you can go somewhere else down the street and make a new group of superficial friends. And it's nice to avoid stress and that toxic person, but you'll stunt your growth as a Christian. You'll never know the intimacy of deep joy if you're always moving on down the street.